Welcome back to D-Mac's Mid Gaming. I'm your host D-Mac, and here we believe gaming is a lifestyle, not a hobby. And today I'm really excited because the Insomniac Games just announced when they're going to release a new Spider-Man game for Sony. It's coming out September 7th, 2018. Make sure you mark your calendars because that's when you're ready to get your hands on a new Spider-Man game. And because of this announcement, it had me thinking about my concerns about this game and how well this game is going to do. Because I want this game to do well. I do not want this game to fail because we've been waiting for a new Spider-Man game for the longest. I really want this game to succeed. And Insomniac Games have done a lot of games in the past that were great games, and I'm really hoping that they can nail this one. So I decided to talk about my main three concerns about the new Spider-Man game coming out in September. And the first concern I have is with the game mechanics. Yes, the game mechanics. The very thing that make games fun, the actual gameplay. And I'm hoping that the game mechanics in this game is on point and tuned perfectly where it's fun, engaging, and allows you to immerse in a game that you're playing. And the one thing I'm really concerned about is the quick time events that I saw in the trailer they did for the new Spider-Man. I don't know if the trailer was after E3. I'm not really sure when I saw this trailer, but this trailer showed some actual gameplay. And it showed that Spider-Man does have quick time events in this game, which I'm not mad at. A lot of gamers are not mad about quick time events as long as there's not a lot of them. You got some gamers that can't stand them at all. But I think a lot of the Spider-Man fans out there that love Spider-Man games can deal with a game with quick time events as long as they're done well and they don't happen so much where it takes you out of immersion, because a lot of quick time events can take you out of immersion and make you not want to finish the game. And I don't want that. I want this game to do well. I want sales to be high for this game because we really need this game to do well so we can get more Spider-Man games. And so I'm really concerned about the quick time events. I hope that it's not a lot of them. They did it well and where it's not irritating or repetitive. Another thing that I'm really concerned about is the actual gameplay. Will we be able to control most of what Spider-Man does in the game? Are we able to make him do all the amazing moves he was doing in some of the gameplay that they showed in the trailer? Are we able to control most of his movements as Spider-Man and as Peter Parker? Will we be able to control most of how Spider-Man reacts in situations, how he run up walls, how he go from one part of New York to the next part? Is there a lot of gameplay where we control most of what Spider-Man does, and it's a small amount of quick time events, but mostly gameplay? I'm really hoping they do that well, because the last Spider-Man game, they didn't do it well, and gamers really let that developer know how they was unhappy with the actual gameplay for that Spider-Man game. So I'm really hoping that some of that games saw that and learned from it, and being able to nail it to where every fan that picks up a new copy of the Spider-Man game love it. I want to see, and you should too, as Spider-Man fans. You want this game to succeed so we can get more installments of the Spider-Man game from Insomniac Games. Another thing I'm worried about is, do they have a reward and punish system, and do they do it well where does it hinder you, where it's too hard to complete, and does reward you too often where it makes it too easy to complete. I really hope they got that down packed. And another thing that I hope that they do with the upgrade system is have the upgrade system cater to the individual player, cater to your preference, your style on how you want to play Spider-Man. Because they say that Spider-Man not only have webs that he uses in the game, he uses other things, other tools that he can use in the actual game as well. And I hope that they have it set where the upgrade system allows you to set the system up where the tools you use are cater to your preference of how you want to play Spider-Man. I think if they do that, this game will do really well in the market. I really do. I really hope that they thought about these things when they were developing this game with the actual game mechanics and the gameplay. I really hope that they really thought about these things. And if they did, it's going to be an amazing game. I can't wait to get my hands on it. So the second concern I have is they said it's going to be an open world. Now, we love open world games when it comes to Spider-Man games. Who doesn't? But is it all about exploring where you just want to sightsee, or do you actually have objectives to do as you explore the world? Give us some incentive to explore New York as Spider-Man. Have it where we have side quests that are not repetitive and are boring or not the same. We don't need that again. We do not need a Spider-Man game where the side quests are the same They're not unique and different at all. We need each side quest to be different from the previous side quest that we complete. That will keep us engaged. I really hope that they nailed that because they was talking about in an interview how this is a big open world for a Spider-Man game, and that you're gonna have a lot to see. Let's hope you have a lot to do as well. I don't know if they really cover a lot of that in the interviews, but I'll be looking for updates on articles, interviews where they talk about more of the open world and what you can do in the open world. They say there's a lot in this game to do, and I'm hoping that they was not lying because a lot of developers now lie about how amazing their game is, and they're trying to be a big fat ass lie. Look at Mass Effect and EA and BioWare. They say how great this game is going to be, and it totally failed. I do not want this to happen with Spider-Man. I do not want this to happen with Spider-Man. Let's hope the open world is big, and that they have they give you a sentence to explore, and that the side quests that you engage in are unique and different each time. I really hope so. I mean, Witcher 3 did it perfectly in their game. Let's hope that Assignment Games kind of took note and realized that you need unique and different side quests for the game to complete. Let's hope they get that right, because if they don't, Assignment Games is gonna be in a lot of trouble, and this game is gonna fail, and I think I'm gonna cry. I can't deal with another disappointing game. I can't. I just can't do it because I don't want to do it. I really hope that they nail this where I don't have to worry about that, and that it does well, and that everyone's talking about it all over the internet. I really hope that they nail this right. And so the last thing we want to talk about, the last concern I have about this game is the narrative. They say the narrative is going to be unique and different, and it's going to tell a unique and different story. Let's hope the writing for the narrative is done right, where it's not boring or bland or something that we've seen before. Give us a unique story about Spider-Man that we never heard before. I really hope they nailed this, because they were talking about in interviews how it's a unique story, something that's never been done before, and that it's going to be really engaging and interesting, and it's going to be a huge narrative. And how they got this narrative set up is that you're going to have villains that you know, and you're going to have villains that you've never seen before enter this new Spider-Man game. And I'm hoping that they can balance it where it's not too overpowering of the old villains, the people that we know already, and not too much where the old villains overpower the new villains, and these villains don't have any complexity to them, no character at all, no incentive on why they do what they do and why they are what they are. I hope they do not fail with this, because this is going to turn off a lot of gamers. Narratives are important, especially to gamers that play games like this. The narrative is really important, and I hope that they really thought about this as they was writing this narrative. I hope the narrative is engaging and different and exciting, where it keeps us immersed in the game. I'm really concerned about the narrative, along with the other two, the open world and the game mechanics. I really hope that they nail these three things where I don't have to worry, but I'm worrying anyway because I'm paranoid, because I really feel like they're not going to get it right, and this game is going to fail, and we're not going to see another Spider-Man game for the next 5 or 10 years, and I don't want that to happen. I'm really hoping that this game is done well. The writing for the narrative is done well. They got a unique villain that's new, along with the Kingpin and other people we supposed to recognize, and some new villains that we never seen before. I just hope they balance each other out, and they're each unique and complex, where you can tell the difference between each villain and who is more of a threat who's more than a threat than the other. I really hope they get that down, because if they don't, this game is going to fail, and I'm going to cry. Serious, guys. I'm just going to cry, because I'm really hoping that they do this well. And that's my main 3 concerns about this game. I'd like to know what your guys thought. Are you concerned about the same things I'm concerned about? Or you don't really care? You're not really worried because you know Assignment Games is going to come through for you? I would love to know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, thank you for staying to the end of the video. Make sure you hit that like button. It helps out the channel a lot. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to be and hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload more videos like this. Thank you for staying to the end of the video. And as always, stay safe and keep gaming. I'm out.